Central is very grateful to be one of the schools chosen to participate in the economic challenges facing future ministers. We're now in our 4th year, having received a 3-year grant and now in a sustainability grant. And I think the thing I'm most excited about is the institutional change that we have seen occur in this.
We have shifted from a procedural approach to financial processes to a relational approach. And so my primary job is to be a partner for students.
Finances, we know, are always very important to students here. It's an important component of whether they perceive in their own life that they can start and finish a seminary education, but also when they're finished, if they can continue in their vocational calling that they articulated from the beginning.
We want to assure them that we will help them plan for success as it pertains to their financial realities. They all have a question at the beginning. Can I afford this? I've already got debt. I can't undertake more debt. We will educate them according to financial literacy. They will receive personal coaching, and threaded throughout their experience here will be a sense that they are accompanied.
From the very first time they come as a newly enrolled student, I am here to walk with them as they begin to reflect and think and consider and plan in the financial area of their life.
We're probing the question, can the church and the minister afford each other? We know that educational debt is a crippling reality for many, and we want our students to leave unencumbered by excessive debt. We know they bring debt with them. We know that ministry compensation may mean they can never fully discharge this, and some may not be able to remain in ministry because of that. And so really we have been doing an intervention. We've been educating people early on about the financial realities of educational debt, of ministry compensation.
We do financial coaching in sets of 3 sessions here. The first 3 sessions I feel like are really powerful. In the first session, I ask students to talk about their values and to clarify really who they are and where they want to go with their vocation, and to dream about what it would be like if their finances could come in line with those values and really make an impact in the world. In the second session, we get practical. So what are your strengths and your weaknesses now and over time? You know, are there things that you've really been able to do well over time, you're doing well now, and what are those weaknesses? What bad habits have you developed, and how are those holding you back? In the third session, we get down to the nitty-gritty, and it's time to set goals and to lay out some action steps that it would take to achieve those goals. So we think about are those values again, and if we want to bring our finances and our vocational dreams in line with our values, what are the very practical things we need to do to make that happen?
Budgets became my best friend. So I learned how to sit down, go through all of my bills and expenses and literally write them down. Because when you can see where your money goes, it makes a bigger impact when it's actually going certain places. I've learned what I really don't need versus things that I've wanted. So things that I can kind of hold off on to get to a bigger goal versus just spending now just to be satisfied in the moment. And so one of my biggest goals was to not be so far in debt when I get out of seminary. I wanted to try to pay off as much of my undergraduate student loans as I could before I graduated. And I've been making great progress paying on the principal balance of my student loans, or developing plans to see how I can pay them off once I graduate in full. I've been paying off, I actually paid off 1 credit card with the things I've learned through budgeting and coaching, so that's been great. I'm midway through paying off another one.
Education has been the biggest thing for us. It has been about knowing that we are in control of our financial matters. They're not in control of us, and that we can do anything with our money, and we can set goals and we can achieve those goals.
And one of the strategies we've implemented is this idea of transforming our lifestyles in a holistic manner. We're really transforming the way we think about money, the way we spend money, and what we value. And in doing so, that's encouraged a new lifestyle for us, and that lifestyle being a lifestyle of minimalism. We have recently relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, and in doing so, we left behind a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that was full of junk. And now we're here in this 700 square foot studio apartment with less stuff, and we're happy because the stuff we have here is stuff that brings value to our lives, and it's stuff we really appreciate.
Super exciting to walk with them, to be their partner, to hear them be excited about achieving goals that perhaps they never even thought were possible until they were challenged. So for me, it's just a real joy to walk with students and to be the cheerleader, the coach, the question asker, and just kind of the prodder in this process.
We see it as a great benefit to our students, a program that can help them reflect on not just personal finances, but also from a professional perspective in whatever ministry that they're going to be going into, or perhaps for many of our students, they're already in.
We are seeing systemic change in our curriculum as a threading part of focus for our students, as well as now a course that focuses on the economics of ministry. So we've put money and ministry in the same sentence, and it's beginning to make a difference for us.